Welcome to all of you for this Global Women Empowerment Sessions 2020. Under the guidance of Patriji, we are doing this Triple One Days Global Goddess Meditation Circle with Triple One Feminine Masters across the globe. As part of this Triple One Days Global Goddess Meditation, we have successfully entered into our day 13 of meditation. So this platform is created to empower all the women and facilitate self-awareness and self-growth by helping them and connecting with the inner feminine energy with all of us, my dear friends. Self-awareness is the key. As a woman, as a man, when you know yourself and connect with the God and the goddess within, you can just manifest wonderful things in your life. So we have with us Navneet from Singapore. She's a great meditation master. Before starting our session, let's meditate for 2 minutes by connecting with all the higher beings. So I request everyone to please close your eyes for 2 minutes. Let's invite all the divine beings. Let's invoke energies of all the goddess, all the angels. Let's invoke Shiva, Shakti consciousness. Let's connect with all of them and meditate for 2 minutes, my dear friends. Be open and receptive to the healing energies flowing from all these divine beings. Let's send and radiate these healing energies flowing from all these masters to all the beings on this planet Earth. May all the living beings on this planet Earth live happy, healthy, and harmonious, my dear friends. Now gently place your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and slowly you can open your eyes now. I'm so happy to introduce my dear friend and master from Singapore. She's Navneet Kaur. She was introduced to this pyramid meditation in the year 2011. It was during that time that she was searching and experimenting with various meditation techniques. Her regular practice of meditation has led to great inner transformation. After leaving her corporate job in the year 2014, Navneet dedicated herself full-time to service and spirituality. She's a very great dedicated master. Her practice and mastery of meditation has led to much inner transformation. She has realized her divine self and connects easily with her higher guidance, paving the way for a life filled with peace, joy, and abundance. So she's a certified master from our Pyramid Spiritual Science Academy and conduct workshops on spiritual science, not only nationally, but internationally. She regularly organizes these meditation sessions in Singapore, and she conducts workshops on various spiritual topics, various spiritual workshops. And she and her husband Pradeep, they organizes a very beautiful, intense, silent retreats, my dear friends. And they also organize beautiful guided divine crystal meditations across the globe. And in UK, they conducted so many workshops and they transformed many people's lives. And I'm so happy. We welcome you, Navneet. Over to you.
Namaste, friends, and to my all dear masters and dear gods. And thank you so much, Sai Lakshmi. It's a really honor and privilege to be on this platform. Thank you for that introduction and for this wonderful project that you have initiated to really share the wisdom, the feminine wisdom from women. And friends, so I begin with this topic for today. Today's topic is the act of surrender So friends, my meditation journey began almost 10 years ago, and surrendering is something that has become part of my journey, as I went deeper and deeper into meditation. And today's topic is actually inspired by an incident that happened to me not very long ago. And I love listening to personal stories of people, transformational stories. So I'll share this story with you. But first, I'll just share my screen. If all of you can see my screen. So if you look at the screen, this was my state of being one day. I was experiencing very bad stomach cramps, and I was in total pain and discomfort. I absolutely was not feeling good to sit, was not feeling good to stand, I was not feeling good to lie down. Whatever position I tried to make myself comfortable with, it was not happening. So, and my breath was also irregular at this point in time. I was taking short breaths through my mouth, and I was just in a great pain and discomfort. And this picture exactly depicts my state of being. So what did I do? I decided to sit and meditate. And it was challenging because my mind kept drawing the attention to the pain in my body. But I told myself, I know how to do this, so why don't I do it? So I sat and I made an intention that I am going to meditate. And I put myself in a space where I could be fully with my breath. And it took some effort because my mind tried getting my attention to the pain. But it took some effort, and I was able to focus on my breath cycle. So then what happened next was I found myself being able to breathe through my nose. And this was interesting because I really felt that there was a force helping me to regulate my breathing. And my breathing became regular, and my mind was fully focused on the breath cycle. And my breathing took on a cyclical, rhythmic pattern. It was going in, I was fully watching the in-breath and the out-breath, and I found that within minutes, the pain just disappeared. So then I found myself in a space of gratitude. I was so grateful, very thankful, and just felt very blessed. And this happened to me not too long ago, and this is the inspiration behind today's sharing, the act of surrender. And I meditated on this topic and asked my guides to give me more information about this, how surrender really does become such an important part of our lives. If we really want to live joyful, happy lives where we are in the flow of the moment at every time. So a simple act of surrender just changed my whole energy field. I was able to release all the pain and the tension in my body within minutes. And a lot of people say that surrender is the feminine principle, and society has actually made surrender as something very weak, something that has a negative connotation, and they sort of associate it with women, but that's absolutely the wrong idea, the wrong misconception. So let us look at this surrender principle. First of all, anyone can surrender, right? Anyone. Is for anyone and everyone. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not someone who is weak who does it. And even if you are in great pain or your mind is absolutely disturbed by events, by thoughts, that's the moment that you actually need to surrender very deeply. And what are you surrendering to, friends? So you're surrendering to that part of yourself, that's much, much greater than yourself. So we'll look into the process of surrendering. And sometimes we don't get all the answers, and life feels very confusing. Really, this is the time that we really need to deeply surrender. So surrendering is not a sign of weakness, as society has portrayed it, given all the events in history. Waving the white flag is seen as a sign of weakness, defeat, or surrender. But it's absolutely not the case. In fact, to surrender requires a great amount of strength. It requires a great amount of effort, and People who surrender are actually people who are strong-willed, strong-minded, and they know they're surrendering into the unknown because there's no clarity. For example, you have questions in your mind and you don't have an answer, and you're surrendering and you're carrying out. You're just following the guidance of your inner being, your higher being, but you don't know what the outcome is, but you're moving along in that direction. So that requires a great amount of strength and great amount of effort. So it's really about getting out of the ego's way, because the ego, our ego self, our personality self, really wants us to stay stuck, to stay in places where it knows it's comfortable, to remain in our comfort zone, and to just do things as per usual. It's business as per usual. But this is the case. Surrendering requires us to go out of our comfort zone and to venture into the unknown and into new paradigms. And this is something that the ego is not used to, so it tries to fight. So people have this resistance, right? So what I did was I surrendered from a place of power, right? When I was having great pain in my body, I didn't go into victim consciousness. I didn't say to myself, oh, there I am suffering, stomach cramps, oh, I'm suffering. No, I didn't allow that even one thought of victim consciousness to enter my mind. And friends, this is important because the minute we allow even 1 second of these thoughts to come into our mind consciousness, then what happens with this one thought of victim consciousness, or just this one negative thought, actually attracts like 50 other thoughts of the same frequency. And then before you know it, you're going down this drain, you're going into this very dark hole, which is then becomes beyond your control. So friends, never surrender from a place of victim consciousness, never surrender, never allow a negative mindset to come into your being. Instead, go into a place of power, go into a place of strength. And I'll explain this in detail. So what does this power mean? What does it mean to surrender from a place of power? It's a place of inner conviction. It's a place of strong intention. When you make an intention, and this doesn't come with expectations, friends. This is simply a statement that you make to yourself with a strong belief. It's absolute trust in the universe, trust in higher consciousness, a higher power. There's this sense of knowing that all is well, everything is okay, there's nothing to worry about, and there's zero doubt. When we make statements, if our statements are like 50-50, some people say to me, I think so, I might get better, or I might improve. Perhaps I'll meditate, maybe I'll try. And all these words are very 50-50. These statements are like yes, no, maybe, perhaps. And they don't really have the energy of power and strength in them. So when I sat down for meditation, I said to myself, I no longer wish to experience this pain. And I didn't know how long I would be in pain, but I was very strong in my focus and my intention. So I surrendered from a place of power, and I encourage all of you, when you sit in meditation, is sitting in from a place of power, surrendering from this place, and not having any expectations, just with trust, complete trust. And sometimes it's easy, and sometimes it's difficult for some people. Resistance comes, when we're not used to, especially if we're not used to such statements, such strong intentions, such living in a mindset that's very powerful and very positive. Then resistance comes, and this resistance energy feels like an energy where it's like fighting. We feel like we're having a conflict in our body, in our mind. It feels like there's something that's fighting within us, and the energy is very stuck in the body. And so it comes easily for some people. It again depends on our growing up, our childhood. Were you brought up in your childhood, in your growing up years? Could you easily surrender to your parents? Could you easily surrender to your loved ones and trust? Or were we brought up in an environment where we had to keep defending ourselves, or perhaps we were bullied, and we had to like defend ourselves a lot. We couldn't trust the people around us. So that does make a difference. If you could surrender easily to your parents, the adults in your family as a child, then growing up, it becomes easy to surrender as well. So this is important. And the next thing my guides told me is, after surrendering from a place of power, get into witness consciousness mode. That means we become a witness. And what stops us from becoming a pure witness is this resistance, right? There's this energy that's trying to find solutions, wants to do it its own way, and stop you from witnessing what's happening. So it's very important to come into witness consciousness. And the best way to do it is to connect with our inner guru. So friends, we all have an inner guru. Nobody's without one. Every one of us has it. And our inner guru is the part of us that allows us to experience our life force in this body on earth. And we experience this life force when we're with our natural breath. See, our breath is formless, and that which is formless is eternal. It doesn't have a shape, a size. It's always, we're always breathing automatically. And and this is eternal. So what is eternal is immortal, it doesn't die. So people say, yeah, you take your last breath and you die. Yeah, your physical body dies. The breath ceases because our soul has an active aspect and our soul has a passive aspect, right? So the active aspect of our soul is our natural breath, and we experience that in our body. So when we take our last breath, this active aspect of our soul, it stops, right? Because now we're leaving the physical plane. So this is how it works. Our soul is always with us. It's always in communion with us through our natural breath. And it's such a powerful anchor, our breath. It brings you into the present moment. It's always with us. And just taking 1 minute to just be with the breath is just anchoring your soul into your body, just being aware, being present. That aspect of you, which is not your personality, that higher aspect of you, which is your inner guru, right? Just being with the breath really allows you to connect with your inner guru and go into witness consciousness. So friends, breath awareness is so important because it allows us to be in the present moment and to calm our minds, and most importantly is to listen. And very often people, they get drawn by the pain and the problems, right? They're sitting and, we're sitting and trying to observe our breath, but our mind brings the focus to the problems in our life, the pain that we're experiencing in the body. And that's the nature of the mind, But the thing is, when you actually focus your attention on these problems or the pain and the problems actually magnify, it becomes goes towards that in that direction. So it's very important to bring always the awareness back to the breath. And this was the most amazing experience I had when I shared at the beginning. Just me making the effort to be with my breath, I felt that there was a force helping me to be fully 100% with the breath. Even if I was, because I remember very clearly, I was like 50% with the breath, and then and I could feel like something's helping me to be fully with the. So our intentions are very important. They're very, very important because they allow us to really guide ourselves, our mind, to be in sync with the breath. And that's really important. Yeah, friends? So when we are with our breath, we become in sync with the frequency of our higher self. Because in our waking state, there's so many things that are distracting us. It could be pain, it could be people, the environment, situations, problems, existing problems, perceived problems, problems that don't even exist, fears. So all these things take a lot of our mind's attention, and this really depletes our soul energy, friends. This, giving our attention to all of these things depletes our soul energy. So it's very important that we connect with this breath, is connecting with our inner guru, and we raise our frequency, right? We raise our frequency and we allow ourselves to be in total state of surrender, and we can then be, it's like tuning a radio station, when you're tuning the radio station to the right frequency, then you get the program, you get to listen to the music, or you get to hear the DJ, right? So connecting with our inner guru is the same. Connecting with the breath cycle fully 100% is like tuning ourselves. It's like tuning our instrument. And that allows us to really be in the right frequency, to raise the frequency and to be in the right frequency to receive guidance. Messages and guidance is always available for us. It's whether we're in the right frequency to receive it. So connecting with the inner guru, being with the breath cycle, this really raises our frequency and allows us to be in sync. So the next thing that happened, when I found that my pain had vanished and just disappeared within minutes, I found myself in a space of gratitude. So I realized then that when we are connected with our higher self, gratitude is something that just comes. It's not something that's forced. We actually allow ourselves to be in a space of allowing and receiving, right? And from this space, the gratitude just flows. It's not because I'm not grateful because I achieved a certain outcome, or because I'm going to achieve a certain outcome, or because I'm expecting a certain outcome. No, none of that. In fact, my gratitude was just because I was in the flow. I realized that I'm no more, I'm not in my personality self. And that's the real gratitude, that comes out of being surrendered, out of being in sync with our higher self, out of connecting with our inner guru. And I know a lot of people, they do gratitude journals, they write affirmations, and they write gratitude every day, some people. And this is a wonderful practice to bring your mind into positivity, right? So it's very good for bringing your mindset into a positive place. But this is still a little bit forced, right? But gratitude on its own actually just shows up. When you are connected with your higher self, it just comes into being. And there's this feeling of blessedness. It's like, people seek blessings from outside of them. They want others to bless them. But when you're in this space of gratitude, you actually feel blessed by your own higher self. And it's like blessings are just showering upon you. And this is how I was feeling in that moment. Feeling of gratitude that just came on its own, and just feeling very blessed by the universe, because I felt I was now in sync with my higher self. So friends, this is a wonderful, wonderful way of being. So to recap the act of surrender, right? How do we do surrender in our day-to-day life? How can we do it every moment in every day? And any moment is a good moment to surrender. Every moment is a good moment to surrender. It's not for somebody who's weak. It's actually a great strength, sign of strength. And first of all, let us say that we should surrender from a place of power, right? There should be no resistance. There's no resistance in the body. We're telling the ego, the personality self, to move aside, and we're trusting the universe, and we're putting our intentions with no expectations whatsoever, and we're just going in absolute trust. And this is the place of power, right? Surrendering from a place of power. And then, in order to really surrender, we have to get into witness consciousness mode. And that means connecting with our inner guru, which is our natural breath. And that means being 100% with our natural breath cycle. So the in-breath and the out-breath, and we're totally 100% with the breath cycle. And even if you're in great pain, no matter how much the pain or how difficult the problem or how much the mind is disturbed, we're always helped. There's always beings, our astral masters, our guides, and so many beings are there to help us. If we take 10 steps, they're going to help us take the next 20 steps, our guides. So this is always like that. We have to start taking that step. So connecting with the breath and being fully, regardless of the situation, know that you will be helped, because I felt that help from my higher self. And then coming into a space of gratitude, and this comes automatically. There's no need to make any conscious effort. When you are in sync with your higher self, there's just shower of blessings that you just feel. And it's not because you achieved an outcome or because you reached some expectation or some goal. No, nothing of that. It's simply because you're just so happy to be. There's just happiness just to be alive. So I call this the space of gratitude that just opens up when we are in that moment of surrender. So friends, I will proceed with meditation. Is that okay, Sri Lakshmi, or is there any questions that I should take?
We'll go with meditation now, Nit. Later we can have Q&A. Is it fine? Yes.
Yes. So is it okay we go ahead with meditation, or are there any questions that I should?
Please, let's do meditation, and later we'll have this Q&A. Later we'll take.
Okay. So let us get into this space where we're preparing ourselves to surrender. So friends, let us sit in meditation. Fingers into fingers, hands are clasped, legs are crossed. If you're sitting on the chair, then your feet is crossed. And closing the eyes. And just letting go. Just letting go. We start letting go by feeling all the muscles in our body relax. Muscles in our back, our neck, our head, our shoulders, our legs, and our feet. Feeling the entire body relaxed. Totally surrendering to our breath. Nothing to do and nowhere to go. observing the in-breath and the out-breath. Being a pure witness to your natural breath. Slowly coming back into awareness, opening your eyes. So friends, hope you had an opportunity to really surrender to your breath in this short meditation. And I'm still feeling the state of blessed surrender. Thank you, Sri Lakshmi.
Thank you so much, Navneet. Thank you so much. And it was a very wonderful talk on act of surrenderance. Really, when you surrender to the universe, we can manifest anything in our life, right? So the same thing happened with me. What you said, I could easily correlate with my life. So 4 years back, I was going through a very tough phase in my life. When I surrendered to the universe just started showing her miracles. So from then, since then, my life is so miraculous. And what you said is true that surrender plays a great role. It's a great quality everyone should have in their life, Navneet. Thank you so much. And the meditation was so awesome as usual. Like as you have divine crystal with you, divine crystal energy is also added to all of us through you from Singapore. Yes,
Okay.
so happy, so happy. And friends, if you have any questions, you can ask Navneet. Navneet, we received so many comments like so from Singapore and from different parts of the world. They are just saying they're expressing their gratitude. Yes.
Thank
Friends,
you,
if you have
friends.
any questions, you can ask Navneet. Yes. As it is telecasted in YouTube, we take some time to receive the comments, some questions.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So you want to share anything, Navneet? Would like to share anything about the crystal and about your connection with the UK, with all the people in UK? Yeah.
Yes, this is PMC, organized by PMC UK. So I'm really grateful. I've had an opportunity to go to UK a few times with Pradeep, and we've done wonderful crystal meditations. People have really felt the crystal energies and felt connected to be in their heart space. And this crystal has been very wonderful, I would say, tool, like a friend that came to help me lift me up higher in my vibration. So I met this crystal in 2014. It's a 144 facet divine crystal. For those of you who have not seen it, it's really beautiful. It's a clear quartz crystal. It's a Vogel, five Vogel crystal. And the maker is Marcel Vogel. So it's beautifully shaped and it reflects to you what you are. So that's what I find with this crystal. When I look at it, it's reflecting back to me what is intrinsically inside of me, and it's shown me over the years what I am inside me, the true self inside me. So it's helped me to connect much deeper. It's helped me to connect with my own higher self. And I know before, in the early years of my meditation, I sometimes would get impatient, why I didn't have answers or what to do. A lot of people, they kind of go into meditation and they think that it's going to solve their problems within a week or month or 4 months, for example.
Yes. Yes, Navneet. And
All
really,
these expectations But really, friends, I find that when you surrender fully, there's no expectations, and then you see the magic of your meditation practice. And for me, the magic of my meditation practice has been connecting to my higher self and receiving answers to all my questions, and to have understanding of my life purpose, my soul purpose, and what's the bigger picture. We all play, we all have a role to play, but we see our role in the bigger picture, and we really start to appreciate the bigger plan. So I really had that great appreciation for life, and for this soul plan, that my own higher self has taken this soul plan. So it's wonderful. So thank you for asking that, Sri Lakshmi.
Yes,
Yes.
because I too had a most profound experience with the crystal when you came to UK. Really, for the first time, I experienced that electric shock, some huge surge of energy is flowing into my body, and I couldn't control myself. And literally, I went into a trance-like state. So that's a very profound experience I had with the crystal. Really, such a
Mm.
powerful crystal.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember
Yes.
that.
Yes. So thank you so much, Navneet. And yes, we received a lot of gratitude from all the countries. And I think, hope everyone understood your subject, your concept, and no doubts for anyone. Yes.
It's wonderful, friends. Keep up with the meditation journey. It'll definitely bring you wonderful rewards with beyond your imagination. And I wish everyone the best. And thank you so much, Sri Lakshmi, for this opportunity. It's wonderful to connect with everyone here, and with you especially. Yeah, thank you.